Nu skal I se David Channel.
The starting point of science is observation. What you are seeing here is what happened to the North Tower of the World Trade Center, the second of 3 buildings to collapse on 9/11 2001. I use the word collapse, but words can be deceptive. What do you really see happening here? There's a tremendous amount of falling debris, but under the canopy of debris, do you see the rapid sequence of explosive ejections of material? Some of the jets have been clocked at over 100 miles per hour. I will call them explosions because it's hard to find other words that describe what we are seeing here. The explosions are not isolated and acute. They are continuous and widespread. They move progressively down the faces of the building, keeping pace with the falling debris. Perhaps you can imagine a natural cause, but I can't. Notice that the explosions are occurring on multiple floors at once, over a wide zone, not in a floor-by-floor sequence that might be explained by pancake collapse. Notice there are explosions far below the point of collapse. Some are isolated and focused. These are often referred to as squibs and are commonly seen in controlled demolitions. However, this is not a standard controlled demolition. The building is being progressively destroyed from the top down by waves of explosions, creating a huge debris field. The destruction is in waves, not just in one wave. Most obvious is a rapid sequence of explosions near the visible corner of the building. But simultaneously, we can see another wave of explosions much further down the face of the building under the canopy of falling debris. Notice that both waves of explosions progress down the face of the building, nearly keeping pace with the falling debris just a few feet away. Slabs of concrete did not fall to the ground and smash to dust. There is almost no concrete in the rubble pile. Notice that the concrete is being forcefully ejected outward from the sides of the building, already pulverized to dust. Notice that embedded in the dust clouds are huge girders and entire sections of steel framing that are being hurled out of the building. The horizontal speed of some of the girders has been clocked at over 70 miles per hour. Some of these girders impale themselves in the sides of neighboring buildings. Some landed as much as 2 football fields away from the base of the tower. What could hurl heavy girders with such force and give them such speed? Some people have suggested that the weight of the tower crushing down on the girders caused them to flex, and they sprung sideways by a spring action. But we are not seeing isolated jumping girders. We are seeing a major fraction of the mass of the building, steel, concrete, office furniture, and the remains of human beings, reduced to small pieces of rubble and fine dust, and being explosively ejected in all directions. Bone fragments are found on the roofs of adjacent buildings. The bones were not crushed in the falling mass, or they would have been trapped in a debris pile. They were pulverized along with everything else and blown out in all directions. The NIST investigators have claimed that the top section of the building above the plane impact point came down like a pile driver, crushing the undamaged lower section of the building all the way to the ground. The top section of the building is, however, noticeably absent. There is nothing above the ring of explosions except for a fountain of debris. Can you see a pile driver?
Ja, det sidste han siger her, det er, at der er jo sammenstødning af tårnene. Der findes NIST, der er ikke NIST gør ikke rede for selve sammenstødningen. Det er en misforståelse. Der findes ikke nogen officiel teknisk redegørelse for selve sammenstødningen. Men der er mange, der mener og tror, at de øverste del af tårnene ligesom maser sig ned igennem resten af bygningen. Og det han siger her til sidst, er der nogen, der er ikke nogen øvre del af bygningen. Der er simpelthen ikke noget over den zone, hvor alting sker. Der er ikke noget, der maser sig ned. Så sagde, can you see a pile driver, spørger han til sidst. Det kalder man den teori, det er pile driver-teori. Okay. Men nu skal jeg sige noget andet, som der også skete ved tårnene. Noget helt andet. Nu forlader vi det med eksplosionerne nemlig. Fordi, og den video, vi skal se, er før det Søndre Tårn styrter sammen. Hvor der står 1 million mennesker og kigger på de 2 tårne. Og der er ikke nogen, der ved, hvad der skal ske. Fordi det aldrig nogensinde er sket før, at en bygning af den her slags er styrtet sammen på grund af brand. Der er ingen, heller ikke brandfolkene. De gjorde, hvad de plejer at gøre. De kommer myldrene, og så stillede de hovedkvarteret op nede i lobbyen, og går op ad trappen og begynder at slukke brændene. Og de var faktisk nået op til den 78. etage i det Søndre Tårn, og siger, at der er 2 isolerede brænde heroppe, og vi kan slukke dem med 2, hvis vi får 2 slanger heroppe. Så der var ikke nogen, der vidste, hvad der skulle ske. Og det siger jeg, fordi lydsiden af det her altid gør indtryk på, at det er en amatørvideo, det er en fyr, der har stået og med sit kamera, og det der med publikums reaktion, når det så sker det, der skal ske, så står der altså 1 million mennesker og skriger. Men det er faktisk ikke derfor, jeg viser den. Jeg viser, at I skal have opmærksomhed på det, der sker, inden det sker. For der sker i det ene hjørne af det Søndre Tårn, der løber der nemlig noget meget mærkeligt ud af bygningen. Ja. Men det, som jeg var opmærksom på, det var altså det flydende metal, som der løb ud af bygningen, inden det styrtede sammen, minutter og sekunder. Og det var rødt. Og det er faktisk kun et metal, som kan forklare det her. Det er jern. Flydende jern. Nu er der bare det her flydende jern, det smeltede ved 1538 grader.